Assalamualaikum to Dr. Fairuz. My name is Nur Afifah binti Amir. Me and my team would like to present a paper entitled Hearing Risk Associated with the Usage of Personal Listening Device Among Urban High School Students in Malaysia. For introduction, two topics I would like to present, which is background of the paper and why we choose or interested with this paper. For background of the paper, the usage of PLDS, which is personal listening device such as MP3 players and mobile phones with a music playback function, has become increasingly popular worldwide, with estimated sales of 245 million units in 2012. The popularity of PLD usage globally has also found its ways to Malaysia. So why we choose or interested with this paper is because to investigate the listening habits and hearing associated with the use of PLDs, personal listening device among urban high school students in Malaysia. With the increasing popularity of PLD among teenagers, there is a growing concern regarding the risk of hearing damage by improper use of this device.
Subject for this method are 177 personal listening device users aged 13 to 16 years were recruited from 3 schools selected at random from a list of high schools located within 20 km of the Oxford University. For estimation of listening level for self-reported volume, subjects were asked to mark their usual listening volume on 5.5 cm horizontal line that corresponded to 0 to 100 of the volume setting on their device, and the value were reported as a percentage from the maximum volume setting. The iPod sound output was measured with an artificial ear connected to a sound level meter. To calculate of hearing risk, to determine hearing risk, subject measure listening level were compared with internationally recommended occupational noise exposure safety limit for the prevention of NIHL. The measurement of hearing threshold, all subjects underwent otoscopic examination and tympanometry to establish normal external and middle ear function. Subjects also underwent pure tone audiometry to ascertain their hearing threshold at standard frequency 0.5 to 8 kHz and extended high frequency 9.16 kHz. For statistical method, data were analyzed using statistical package for social science version 70.0.
For the result, the most commonly used PLDs were mobile phone, followed by MP3 players, laptop, and CD players. The average duration of PLD usage for all subjects was 2.49 to 1.48 years. For the total number of subjects, 17.5% were exposed to sound level of more than 75 decibel, which carries a risk of NIHL. 4.5% of subjects were exposed to sound level of more than 85 decibel, which is considered high risk, requiring mandatory hearing protection. Hearing loss was found in 13 subjects, 12 who had mild hearing loss, and 5 of the 12 subjects had bilateral ear involvement. 1 subject with equivalent sound level of 62.7 decibel had moderate hearing loss at 6 kHz in his left ear and 8 kHz in his right ear. 7 subjects had notch audiograms, and all were unilateral cases. When the self-reported and measured volume setting were compared between genders, male students were found to listen to louder volumes compared to the female students. The occurrence of the symptom was not increased when sound level exceeded 75 decibel. Figure 1E showed distribution of subjects for 8-hour equivalent continuous sound level exposure level. Data were normally distributed, and based on the calculated sound level, approximately 4.5% of the subjects were exposed to potentially damaging sound level, which is 85 decibel. The average listening duration of students in this study was also shorter compared to the average, which is 1.6 to 3 hours per day. At all 3 schools included in the present study, students were not allowed to use PLDs during school hours. When subjects' hearing threshold for right and left ear were pulled together at each test frequency when compared with individual sound level exposure, there were weak but significant correlation between sound level and hearing threshold at 11.2 and 14 kHz.
So as a conclusion, it is important to educate PLD users regarding hearing health and safe listening behavior. In line with this, the authors are presently developing an educational outreach program to promote safe listening habits among high school students in Malaysia.
The opinion and recommendation on how significant it is, there is a need for a larger population study to further characterize listening pattern of PLD user and identify likely listeners who are at risk. In addition, a long-term impact of PLD usage on hearing should be assessed using longitudinal follow-up studies. The contribution paper to the topic is to educate PLD users regarding hearing health and safe listening behavior. In line with this, the authors are presently developing an educational outreach program to promote safe listening habit among high school students in Malaysia. This finding is critically as it has been suggested that the threshold deterioration at a standard high frequency is an early indicator of an IHL.
Our group would like to thank you to the authors of this research article and also to the relevant reference from school authorities for their cooperation and assistance during the study period. Thank you.